All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol PLTR. And before we jump into this chart, I want to go ahead and say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So PLTR stock has been in an upward trend, and we could see that here when you zoom out and you look at it from the bigger picture and the broader spectrum of things. You could see it has been in an upward direction. Obviously, the volatility of the market does exist. It brings itself down, brought itself up, fights through the 50-day moving average, the tug of war, and so forth. And here we are seeing the bulls actually slightly slow down. It may look like we're still going in an upward direction from this point to this point, but when you really zoom in and you kind of take away that point, there's not much more upward movement that's going on. This has been more of a sideways direction, and the 50-day moving average has actually caught up to the price. Our 50-day moving average here is 1832. I want every single investor to be aware of that number, because as long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory, and the moment we fall below it, we're in bearish territory. And the highest point reached was recently here yesterday at this point up here of 1925. I'd write that down. That is the most important number as this continues this upward momentum for the bulls. And the lowest point reached, which was actually the day before yesterday, is down here at this point right here at 1750. Those are the two most important numbers right now on both ends of the spectrum to pay close attention to as tomorrow unravels, as well as the following week, and how the volatility of this stock goes in either direction. But our resistance level today was broken through. It was fighting to get up there until it finally did it towards the end of the day, and you can see that slight run, and our support has slightly changed. So let's look at what's important for tomorrow to the T here. Let's get these points of reference down packed and pay close attention to them for tomorrow and see where the 50-day moving average falls within all of this. So the 50-day moving average is super close to the support. Our support is 1832, and our 50-day moving average is probably 1832 to the hundreds or thousands place, give or take a little bit more or less. But just to round it all together, our 50-day moving average is to the T our support level. This is a very important point of reference to keep in mind, because if support gets broken through, the 50-day moving average has been broken through, and the bears are starting to gain leverage. Now, the next support after that, which is the lowest point in the sideways movement, is 1796. I'd write that down to watch the behavior of the stock between 1832 and 1796 to see if the bulls are trying to reappear, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly quickly, to pay close attention to the behavior and what's going on. But the moment this is already in bearish territory, if this breaks through 1796, it's just getting deeper and further away from the 50-day moving average into bearish territory. So I want every single investor to pay very close attention to the behavior of the stock if support gets broken through, because it's not only our support, which is one of the lowest points before this bullish run continued, but it's our 50-day moving average currently, and it's going to be significant on how this continues to play out. Now, here we are with our resistance. Our resistance is 1898, and if that gets broken through and turned into a support, the bulls will be on their way to newer highs, pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. So it's going to be super important for the bulls to break through 1898, turn that into a support, and start to break away from it to reach new highs, new resistance levels, and newer areas into bullish territory. By doing that, they're getting one step closer to this high up here of 1925, which is the most important resistance level for the bulls to break through. But I do want to emphasize, the bulls need to break through this resistance to pull further away from the 50-day moving average. If not, this will be in some sideways movement, even if it slightly breaks through it and hangs out this way, and the 50-day moving average will catch up to the price at one point, ending up above the price, and the price ending up below it, giving leverage to the bears to take this one down to newer lows. So super important for the bulls to go ahead and continue this leverage and this momentum by breaking through this resistance, turn it into a support, and start to break through newer highs, new resistance levels, and pull further away from the 50-day moving average. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.